whilst I'm having a go here. Everybody's got to start somewhere, I suppose. Let's have a look. If anybody can hear me, let me know. Please. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. Yeah. This is my first time having a go at this, so forgive me if I balls anything up. I do apologise. Let me know if you can hear me. Anybody? I'll leave it a while and see if anybody jumps in. If you want to email me, my email address is joellamcquaid@gmail.com or joellamcquaid70@gmail.com. This was never planned, by the way. I was on Facebook and all of a sudden I got a notification asking me if I wanted to start create a room. And being as I've got quite a lot to talk about, I thought it might be a good idea. So I attempted to do that and that went tits up. So here I am attempting to start a live stream. Is there anybody there? Is there anybody in there? Hello, hello, hello. Speak to me if there's anybody there. Hello? Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. If there's anyone there, will you type something for me? Anybody there, type something. Yeah, chat box is there. There is a chat box, so if anybody's there, please type something. Talk about what you want. Anything that's pissing you off right now. Talk about what's annoying you. Yeah, quick live stream for anyone who's interested. Just a quick chat about well, I don't know how long you're supposed to give these things, but being as the alert's only just gone out, I'll give it another couple of minutes and see if anybody's bored and wants to chat about what's going on in the world. Anybody like a chat? I've not done any preparing, but I did promise half an hour ago that I'd go live. Something was enticing me to do it. Come on, who's here? There must be somebody. Just one person, surely. If you're there, let me know. Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? I was going to talk about this whole big pandemic, and its purpose is, there's just one big purpose for the globalists and the pedo-Satanists to claim as many souls as possible. I don't even think there is a point to it, really. I think it's just to get the pleasure that they get from killing as many people as possible and having a good laugh at the same time. At just how much they're getting away with. Are people wearing a mask giving themselves coronavirus? Well, they're certainly not helping the cause. Anybody there? I'll give it another minute or two. Come on, let's have a chat. There must be someone there, surely. Just someone, one person. I wanted to do this to tell people that we want to organise, I won't call it a protest, I would call it a get-together of people that are awake, that know that there's something going on here, that absolutely know that this is not what they're being told it is. So, yeah, anybody that can get to Blackpool in the near future, the next couple of weekends, shall we say, anyway. Politics. Anybody want to talk about politics? More American politics, British politics bore me to death. If I want to know about British politics and what's happening, I watch Vernon Coleman, Carl Vernon, Richie Allen, Utility News. To be honest, that's British politics in 3 or 4 channels. It's pretty easy. I can't tell if my chat's on or not. Is there anybody there? Please type hello. Hello, hello. If you can hear me, say hiya. Hello? Anybody in there? Is it on or not? I still can't tell. Hello there. Well, I've been sat here talking to myself for about 8 minutes now, so I'm really, really pleased to see you. Hi there. You could share it, that'd help. Although, I don't even know what I'm doing. I've not organised anything. This is a complete one-off. I've never done it before, so I'm over the moon that there's somebody here. It's not going too badly, thank you. You subscribed to my channel earlier. I recognised the name. Whereabouts are you from? Are you abroad? I wonder if you could share it. Maybe I'll get a few more subscribers tuning in, because I didn't know I was doing it. It was really a one-off. All right, yeah, I started off, it was a worms and composting channel at the beginning, but then life just took over like it does, and I started learning things that, let's say, were pretty horrific, and it became an everyday thing until I am where I am today, really, full of knowledge and nobody to talk to about it. So, what I wanted to talk about was organising this. I don't want to call it a march, or I don't want to call it a protest either. I think the biggest issue with what's happening on the planet is the 5G, the technology that they're killing us all with is massive, and if it's not stopped within the next 5 years, say, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of people getting really ill. I don't know if you know or not, but they put the 5G in outside my house 7 months ago, and after 2 weeks of it being there, I was noticing that I couldn't use my iPad later than 7 o'clock. I'd been on it 3 or 4 hours by then, and it was starting to give me such pain, migraines. I never had a headache in my life before. I mean, in 50 years, I've never suffered a headache until 6 months ago when they put these 5G masts outside. And then I started to notice other symptoms. My skin was burning. I would sat in the morning on the iPad with a dressing gown on, and I'd get red, burnt, blotchy marks on my face, my hands, and my chest, the bits that were exposed. So that further made me sit up, really, and yeah, it is scary, and especially when you can't get away from it, and it started to become a bit of a syndrome in my head all the time. Everything I could feel was down to that. And then I did a lot of research, and I met a lot of people online with similar situations going on ever since they put the 5G outside. And then I got a random phone call one day from a girl who worked for Vodafone, who was ringing me to see if I was all right with the bundle that I was using. And I explained to her that I was sensitive, whatever you want to call it, to the 5G and to the phone, and I don't use the phone because when I put it in front of my face, it feels like static, like, well, you know, when you've got a nylon jumper or a balloon and you rub it, and that. And I'm always charged. I'm always, whatever I touch that's metal, I always, everything. So I'm like a beacon to this stuff. So then the symptoms started to increase, and until gradually I was taken into the hospital with a suspected heart attack. And I can handle a bit of pain, so I knew that there was something really wrong. For me to go to the hospital, there was really something wrong. They told me it was stress. They did a million tests. They tested my heart for everything, and it was healthy. They said I had plenty of oxygen in my blood, but that's because I do the Wim Hof breathing technique. At the time, I didn't realise that was what was contributing to me being like the hospital not being able to find anything wrong with me. They were clutching at straws. I'd lifted a car the day. I know it sounds crazy. A couple of days before, I had to lift my ex-partner. Her car was trapped underneath the wheel of the car. So. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I'm the same. Electronical stuff, it goes haywire when I'm around. If you've got something there that's not working, I'll stop it for sure. No, I haven't got one yet. I'm saving up for one. They're quite expensive, and at the moment I'm skint, and I'm really angry that I'm skint, because if you know anything about UCC law, the Uniform Commercial Code, then you'll know that people that have been plunged into poverty in this country and in the USA, we've all got gold that we were born with. When you're born a sovereign citizen, you are assigned £1 of gold for every pound that you weigh at birth. And the Crown takes it from you without you knowing anything about it. You are registered at birth. Your straw man then comes into effect. That's actually what your straw man is your name in block capitals. The state and the powers that be and the people that deal with stocks and shares in this country, and God knows what else is going on behind the scenes to make people's lives go a certain way so these people can make money from you. A 50-year-old woman in this country has probably had $1 billion traded on her name without knowing anything about it. The people would be absolutely angered beyond a point of any kind of reason, I believe, if they really understood what was being done to them, and just how bad the slavery that the Crown, the Queen, has tied them up in. You know, you are worth a fortune, and they absolutely abuse that privilege. The things that they've done are terrible. Your car, when you register your car, you no longer are the owner of that car. You then become the registered keeper of it, and you agree to look after it, to keep it roadworthy. You pay for that privilege too. We actually own the roads as well, and we should never have to pay to drive on them. You know, there's a million ways that they enslave us. It's terrifying, really. The more people that wake up and find out about the Uniform Commercial Code and just what the governments, well, not really the governments, the bankers, as we know, are the people that run the world, the billionaire, dare I say it, the Jews. Not the Jews, but the Zionist Jews that pretend to be Jews, that worship Lucifer. If you just take a listen to this is pretty shocking.
Be joining me tonight, and we're going to be talking about authenticity of things in the world.
Hi there, Narek.
Rabbi Evie Finkelstein, as I said,
Hidden Shadows. Hi there.
Coast of the United States.
Yeah.
Are you there with me tonight? Hello, Mike.
1 second. Let me just read this. Right. I don't own an EMF meter, but I have had somebody in the house with an EMF meter testing all around for me, and it's off the scale in my front room. It's slightly better since I painted the bedroom, which blocks any kind of radiation or magnetism coming from the back wall and through this room. But when I turn any device on, a phone, an iPad, I can connect to 17 different people's broadband in this tiny rabbit hutch of a community that I live in. You know, you could fit well. I shouldn't be living like this, put it this way, as should nobody else. You're assigned £1 of gold at birth for every pound that you weigh. The Queen takes that from you, and they hope that you'll never find out about it and ask for it or ever do anything about it. But it seems that so many people are waking up and realising that UCC law, the Uniform Commercial Code, is absolutely amazing. I mean, parking tickets. You know, if you get a parking ticket, you don't need to pay parking tickets. We own the roads. We own them. It's only because we've been sold into slavery, we've been brainwashed and mind controlled by the TV. You know, people just don't, some people can't wake up. It's impossible for them. I've tried and tried with some people. I think once you get somebody to understand that the TV was made by occultists for nefarious purposes to, I mean, back in the day, you only had a handful of channels, so everybody in the world was literally watching the same programme. You know, they were all brainwashed the same way. That's why it's slightly more, it seems people are waking up now because they've got a choice of what to watch, and more so what not to watch. You know, the poison that they put out on BBC and ITV. But BBC is one of its biggest funders, again, Bill Gates, even funding British television to sell the nonsense, to get the lies across without anybody interfering or trying to stop it. The censorship online now is horrific, and the reason is because of the handful of Sabbatean, Frankist, Zionist Jews that run everything that goes on. And I was just about to play a bit of, just listen to this, I think you'll be pretty shocked. Listen to this. This is what we're up against. The people, the Einsteins, the Weinsteins, the Epsteins, the what was he called, Spielbergs of this world are sick individuals that rape children and unfortunately use the blood and products from the blood to stay young. That's their fountain of youth. Well, the rest of us are being poisoned by chemtrails, by electromagnetic frequencies, by 5G, by all kinds of disturbing and blatantly obvious things that they're doing to us. This has got to change. This has to stop. And I'm trying to organise at the moment, I won't call it a protest, but a get-together of crowds and groups of people who know that this is bullshit, that this is not what we're being told it is. Like in America, I mean, I love America and I love the Americans because they've got right right to assemble. They've got right to not to speak. They've got the right to speak if they want to. The American Constitution is a real piece of work. I mean, in what other country would you get a piece of paper that gives you an excuse to do whatever you want to? I mean, as far as I could remember, that there was only, you could only plead the fifth if you were being interviewed and you didn't want to answer questions from whoever. But apparently not. When I was watching Jeffrey Epstein being interviewed a few years ago, I remember him being asked questions by a guy. He was an attorney for the prosecution, I think, brilliantly played by whoever he was, by the way, playing on Epstein's narcissism, making him really uncomfortable and talking about the size of his egg-shaped penis. He lost his train of thought. The lies that he must have been dreaming up, thinking up, will have completely gone out the window. The guy was brilliant. But being asked questions about which countries he trafficked underage girls for prostitution, he pled the 5th, the 6th, the 8th, and I'm sure another one as well. I mean, it's fantastic what you can do with that. But the information that comes out of America, they are the loudest and the brashest because they've been allowed to be, and thank God they are, because us Brits are, not me personally, and I'm sure not you lot that are listening either, otherwise you wouldn't be here. People are real shitbags. They are. They're not worth the air that they breathe. If you're not willing to stand up for the cause, you're not worth a wank. Sorry, as far as I'm concerned. It's these are desperate times that we're living in, and the new normal is going to be like nothing normal that you've ever experienced before if we don't start saying no to stuff in big numbers. So, anyway, yeah, long gone is anyone honest or upstanding. All of the politicians are compromised. They're all in the bankers' pockets. Don't matter what country you look at. And the bankers, again, and I'm not an anti-Semite. I've got plenty of Jewish friends. I've worked for Jewish people. These people that are running things are not Jews. They're pretending to be Jews. The Luciferians. Let me play you this bit of footage. Just listen to this. And this is really what we're up against. This is the mindset of the kind of people that rule our world and that are trying to force vaccinate us with God knows what.
Hey, listen, I'm filling in here for Pastor Bob tonight, and I know we've never met, but I do have some very interesting questions for you. I think questions that
I hope you can hear that. Can you hear that all right?
Opportunity to answer to, because there's a lot of rumors and conjecture that's taking place across this country relating to the Jewish population, okay?
Does that sound all right?
Now, you see, as being off the synagogue and a teacher of the Jewish race, because you are a race, aren't you? Well, some say we're a race, some say we're a religion. Yeah, well, what do you say? We're a little of each. I can imagine, yeah. Now, I want to get into some hard topic here right away here. You're a very pronounced person among your own people, and of course you're very aware that I don't like you or your race, okay? I'm sure you're aware of this, right?
This guy's not saying he doesn't like Jews.
No,
He's saying he doesn't agree with Zionist Jews that this guy is, the Luciferian Jews that run everything that we do. Hi, Narek.
Big topic that's going around on this 6 million Holocaust that took place during World War II of the Jews at Buchenwald, Auschwitz, and different places. A lot of information has come out here, Rabbi Finkelstein.
Hey, from Wales. I've never been to Wales. I'd love to go to Wales.
Could I have your view on this? Well, everybody knows that the Jews never told a lie in the history of the world. However, whether it's 6 million or 600...
Can you hear that all right? Is that I'm playing from the television coming across clear? I'll explain in a minute what it's about. All the trouble that's going on in the world, it is horrific, and we're being absolutely played. This silly virus has been in the pipeline for at least 70 years. This plan has been afoot as long as that. And the people that are making this happen are the same people that are at the censorship. Exactly, the censorship's terrible. It's coming from a handful of Luciferian Zionist Jews. Exactly the opposite of what decent Jewish people believe in. But the likes of Epstein, Weinstein, the rich billionaire Jews, Soros, these people are the same people that eat babies. that drink the blood. This guy here that I'm just about to let you listen to is one of them, and he's telling you what they do. This is what we're up against, people. These are the people that we're fighting, but there's a very small number of them, and once people wake up, and I'm living amongst sheep as well, I think my neighbours have got an IQ of about 25 if you add it all together. It's shocking. Really, really, I know how you feel. Just take a quick listen to this. This is the opinion of people like Bill Gates, Henry Kissinger, the Queen's husband, just the nasty globalist elite. This is their opinion behind closed doors. When they're not talking shit to the public, Pizzagate, the stuff they talk about in private, this is how they speak. Listen to this.
60,000. It's just a number. Well, it's just a number, but the thing that I want to get to you at is that, you know, the 1934 World Encyclopedia...
Is that clear?
...stated that there was only...
Can you hear it?
3.5 million Jews in all of Europe. How did 3.5 million Jews populate themselves to 6 million? This is the question I'd like answered. Well, it's certainly a good question, there's no doubt about it. But the number, you know, numbers, what can I say about numbers? The important thing is that Jews have
this guy's a smug, horrible prick, but this is the mindset of the people that rule the world. Just listen.
It's stated in the book of John 8:44. You're a lying Jew is what you are. You're a lying Jew.
You don't mean that disrespectfully, you're saying it biblically.
You can say that, but even when we lie, we tell the truth. You know, this is very ironic.
Bill Gates there,
you know,
even when we lie, we tell the truth.
I would get anyone that had the nerve to join me on a broadcast like this live. And you know, I just got off a program with a retired colonel, a very highly decorated colonel, on my last broadcast, my original broadcast here, Rabbi.
This is shocking.
And we got into the banking aspect of the money in this country. Now, everybody, a lot of people who have studied banking and economics, they know that the Federal Reserve Banking Corporation is a private Jewish bank. Is this true? Well, yes and no. Well, what part is yes? Well, it's a banking institution, that's for sure. You see, the thing that I don't like about this is that the Jews never knew what hard work was, and they never had. And besides, you know, this is the nice part about it. You Jews are just Christ murderers anyway. Well, that's true. We did murder him, but he was Jewish too. Oh, no, he was Almighty Yahweh, God in the flesh body. That's the problem you got.
I'm not getting into religion in where this is going. I'm going to continue to play it. I am not in any way an anti-Semite. I don't dislike genuine synagogue-going ordinary Jews. This guy is not one of those Jews. He's somebody that pretends to be a Jew. Yeah, no, I don't believe... No, there isn't one, in my opinion. They've orchestrated this. Have a look at V for Vendetta, a movie that came out in 2005. My throat's drying up because I'm sat in front of the iPad and I've got the TV on. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'll sort it out. I'll go in the bedroom it goes away. Overnight, it just goes. So, but I can feel it. When I'm sat near to the iPad, the nearer I get, it pulls there. I get a burning sensation, and then my throat starts to dry up in stages, like it's cooking from the inside. Coronavirus symptoms, you could say, every day at tea time, through the 5G that's just there outside my window. I was fine before they put it in, believe me. I'm hospitalised twice. I still get the same symptoms every day. and I've been doing for the last 7 months, because there's a standoff between me and the hospital. I wanted a heart monitor fitting so I could prove that this technology was causing my palpitations. They obviously didn't want to do it because they're all part of the cover-up agenda. They don't want to admit that anybody is. They told me I was 1 in 1,000 when I went and told them about my 5G sensitivity and the Wi-Fi sensitivity. They said, oh yes, it's definitely there, but only 1 in 1,000, I'm sure it can't be that. And I said, I absolutely know it's that. However, I digress. Talking about the problem that we've got. The problem that we've got are people like him that's going to speak, that's speaking. Rabbi Finkelstein. He is an absolute... You wouldn't get a more stereotypical evil bastard to represent the likes of Bill Gates, Fauci, all the Jews that are billionaires, that are not Jews, they're Luciferians. Hence all the patents that Gates has put together. All the numbers are satanic. 606060. We know what the numbers are. The other one, 6666. The guy's a Luciferian, he's a Satanist. He came from a satanic Luciferian family. His mother and his father were both into killing people. They were both into eugenics. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was paying money into the DNA eugenics company that Bill Gates owns. And the two strange twins, you check this out, the Bogdanov twins, that the Rothschilds bow down to. Now, that's something. If people are bowing down to the Rothschilds are bowing down to somebody, that's right, that rabbi, yeah, that's right. Well, that's what I was going to play on here now. Yeah, this rabbi was bragging about how they kill and slaughter thousands and thousands of children at Passover. No, I don't eat McDonald's, never. Ever since I found out that they flavour Pepsi and a myriad of other foods with what's it called? Oh, I've forgotten the exact chemical compound. It's bits of baby fetus, parts of the kidney. They sweeten food with it. It's a company called Cinemax that supplies all these big companies. But yeah, they do flavour them kind of foods with with baby parts that they've aborted from abortion clinics. And that's what Bill Gates' parents were involved in. His father was a big chum of Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood. You know, it just the filth and the horrific stuff that goes on runs so deep. And it doesn't matter which rabbit hole you go looking down or what you go researching. These sickos they're all connected, as much as they pretend not to be. You know, on the television they pretend to be sworn enemies, and it's just not the truth. It's not the truth. They party together, they kill children together. Yeah. I started growing my own food about 3 years ago. I grow just basic stuff really: garlic, beetroot, potatoes, carrots. All root vegetables that come from this country, peas, beans, and I breed worms as well. And as you know, because you watch my channel, sorry I forgot. Yeah, but it's pretty horrific. I mean, British politics is quite boring. If I want to know about British politics, I watch Vernon Coleman, who's brilliant. You know, you can't go wrong with Vernon Coleman. He's an old man. He's a doctor. He speaks out about the 5G. I mean, the truth is out there. It really is out there. 5G has killed my dog. 7 dogs now in this block where I live in the last 5 months have all died from heart failure, including my own little boy, Spirit. He died too. The old man in the chair, yeah, brilliant. And I watch Carl Vernon as well because he's pretty funny. He's, I mean, he's not hysterical, but he's dry and he's, you know, he knows what's going on. He's not stupid. I mean, this is a tiny, tiny little thing, even if it's real. I mean, I've no doubt that it was made. I know it was made. I've done the research. A woman called Zhengli Shi made it in a laboratory in North Carolina. She was heavily funded by different universities from all over the world, different governments, to make this thing. Then she made it, and apparently, again, like Judy Mikovits, who exposed Dr. Fauci and his nefarious vaccines, she was threatened. Same thing. Remind me what I was just saying. I've just gone right off track. I've just gone completely. What was I talking about? Vernon Coleman, Carl Vernon, Richie Allen. Oh, I know what I was talking about. British politics. It's pretty boring, really. Well, it is to me. The woman who made something. I don't know. I still can't. No, it's not come back. It's not come back. Let me just see. My mind's gone blank. Yeah. American politics seems to be where it's at. To me, anyway. I got slightly obsessed with it when the election was on. The Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump election. And I really did get into the Pizzagate stuff because I'm gay. I knew that the handkerchief code thing was absolutely true. I don't know. He's Trump is not a baby eating paedophile, otherwise he wouldn't be able to out these people. He's definitely not that, and that'll do for me. I've seen the Frazzle Drip video with Hillary Clinton and Hoover Aberdeen. Yeah, I could do, but I'd have to go outside. It's the lamppost that's outside with the antenna. Just a minute. I'll show you before I go. Yeah, it's a little black thing like that, right on top of the lamppost that's outside my window, and it's a receiver. Sorry, I've never done this before, so reading the comments, because I don't want to think that I'm ignoring, I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring you, and it puts me off where I was going. What I actually did this for was because I was on a group that I belong to called Eyes Wide Open. It's brilliant. All kinds of information. Thank you so much. All kinds of information on this group that I belong to. Eyes Wide Open. Have a look. The admin are brilliant. They're really lovely girls. They're amazing. I've had some great support off them, which made me feel like doing this. And I was going to talk about doing the get together thing that I want to do in Blackpool. I mean, there's loads going on in Manchester, always loads going on in London, so it's better for me and for all the friends that are my Facebook friends in Blackpool, if we have it in Blackpool. I mean, it's only the same as anybody going to Manchester or Liverpool or wherever, but we wanted to do something for our own town because Blackpool is also a hub of paedophilia, sex rings. I went for a drink about 6 months ago, just before the lockdown. I was sat outside a pub, and a gay pub, because I'm gay. I'd gone with a friend one afternoon, and I noticed a couple of little boys going in and out. And I clocked it a few times, and it started to bother me, and I thought, what the hell are little boys doing going in there when it's only full of dirty old men who call little boys chickens and are trying very hard to get their hands on one constantly. Some gay men are really sick. They'll sleep with anything. They're hard work. You know, they really are. And very, very promiscuous. Not all of them, by all means, of course not. But a large majority of them. And I noticed these little boys in and out, and they were going backwards and forwards talking to a fella on a disability scooter. So in the end, my curiosity got the better of me, and I asked one of the doormen, because I used to work on the doors, and I knew this guy, and he told me, straight out with it. He said the little boy prostitutes, it's a paedophile ring. I said, what, little boy prostitutes? No, they're abused children, they're not little boy prostitutes. Anyway, I started digging about, and the owner knows me. I used to work for him. I must have asked somebody a wrong question, because within minutes we left there, because I noticed that people kept coming out and just having a glance at me and coming back in again, and you know, and I thought, oh, it's time to go. So we tried to get in a club round the corner, owned by the same guy. I noticed two men that had a look round at me in the first place, have a look round at me in the second place, and we weren't allowed in. So, yeah, there's a terrible problem with it in Blackpool, and not only that, you know, there's the Pleasure Beach that's it draws thousands of runaways in every year that are never talked about, never seen again. You know, you might get to hear about 5 or 6 missing kids in Blackpool. I was sent a video. This is quite awful, by the way, so I'll just warn you before I tell you. I was sent a video by a young Indian girl that I got friendly with on Facebook. Not long after my mum had died. I was lonely, I was depressed, I went through a lot of suicidal feelings. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I got friendly with this girl. She told me that her brother was raping her. She sent me a photograph of her pregnant belly. Then she told me that he got her addicted to heroin, and I knew what that was like, because I was thrown in jail years ago. My dad was a Freemason, and he had a fallout with a few people. One of his friends went to a TV company. They did a Channel 4 undercover documentary, and my dad was, well, we were all featured in it. Yeah, so see, I've done it again. I've lost my train of thought again. The Pleasure Beach, the missing kids. Where have I gone again? Just remind me what I was talking about, please. I've got really bad short-term memory loss due to blocking things out, I think. Horrific abuse and torture that little boys, the little boys. Remind me, the little boys, which ones? There's many. Go on. No. Gone. Let me think. Oh yeah, sorry, shit. The boys in and out of the pub. Oh God. Right, so yeah, so I found this out, and the guy whose pubs they are, he owns, I would say, oh God, how many? 3/4 of the gay pubs in Blackpool. So whatever's going on, trafficking rings, in and out of Blackpool, he's involved for sure. He owns Funny Girls, the Flamingo, well, Mingo's what's it called now, he owns that. So there is a huge problem with missing kids. The Pleasure Beach, it's a hub for kids that go missing. You never find out about them. They disappear, and there's tunnels underneath the Pleasure Beach, and the people that own the Pleasure Beach are, well, I went to a party years ago at a house behind the Pleasure Beach, and there was a guy there called Vladimir, who was an act that was on seasonally at the time. There was blood drinking going on at the party. There was cutting of pentagrams into people's skin. Yeah, so I know what kind of things go on in her presence, shall we say. So there's no doubt in my mind that there's some complicit child trafficking going on in Blackpool, and I've remembered, and the police are complicit in child abuse. I was sent, I've remembered, a video from a girl in India. Brother was raping her. She was pregnant with his kids. He got her addicted to heroin. So I'm feeling empathy for this girl, because I've been where she's been, not sleeping with my brother, but the heroin stuff. And then all of a sudden on the screen pops a video of a little girl, about 3 or 4, being anally raped by her stepfather. This girl's father. And apparently this was punishment to the mother for having sex with her son. That was the reason that this girl's father was having sex with his stepdaughter, who was three years old. And I got sent this video, and I was absolutely traumatised and heartbroken, because it triggered memories in me that I'd buried deep down. So I rang the police straight away, and they came and picked up my iPad. It's telling me a request is missing, a valid... Can you still hear me all right, everyone? Can everyone hear me still? I don't know what's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. No idea what's going wrong. What's that say now? Oh no, I apologise. It was going quite well. Hey, Emma, can you still hear me? It's telling me it's gone off. Can somebody type hi if you're still there? The request is missing a valid API key. I don't understand. I don't understand. Sorry, peeps. I'll have to do it again. It's saying it's gone off. Sorry. Thanks for everybody that came on. If you can still hear me. Well, I don't know what's happened there, people. Very sorry.